he'll be quiet and then he'll start bumping. He'll bump just like that after he growled. Okay, it's time to go.
Are you sure? No.
Yeah.
Huh?
He just growled.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. It's time to go. He's getting pissed. It's time to go. Come on.
Maybe he'll go. That was loud. Whoa. You hear that? Today is September 7th, 2021, and we are at what's called the Bigfoot Tree. It's a very unique tree up in the North Cascades that is able to produce a lot of different sounds depending upon how much the wind blows. As you can see, it's a marriage tree where it's joined at the bottom, and then right up there you can see the branch that binds it together, that produces the sounds this tree makes. So when the tree tops blow in the wind, it's like a cell. It pulls on that branch and starts to shoot the sound all the way down underneath the ground here, thumping. You can already start to hear it tapping and thumping. Once we get a good gust of wind coming in, we'll really be able to hear it. It's one of the most unique trees myself and many others have ever come across. The way it's able to produce all these different sounds, transport them underneath the ground, and from there, a legend was born. Shortly after I got here, I heard a couple of wood knocks out in the forest. Couldn't really tell what direction. If it is a natural occurrence, I'm going to go try and track it down, see if we can find the culprit, or run into what's making it. I first learned about this tree in 2017 and had a limited opportunity to investigate it. But when I did, I was hooked. It's one of the most unique trees I've ever come across. Just the different sounds it's able to produce. You're gonna hear one thump right there. And that sounds like it's coming from underneath the ground. The speculation was that this was a big chamber that had a tunnel system stretching out to all these other berms throughout the forest here. It was never verified, but it was presented as fact for many years until it was verified what was actually making the sounds, which was that branch up top. But this is one of the best examples I've ever come across in the Bigfoot community, for the Bigfoot community, to really understand how priming and confirmation bias truly works and how it can actually derail our investigation. You can already see here on the tree where people bang up against it trying to get the Bigfoot underneath to respond. A lot of people will just stomp their foot. When I tried to get the Bigfoot to communicate, I'd use that little root right there, hit it with a little stick or a bat. This is actually the location where I had a widowmaker fall about 30-40 yards away. You even have it recorded where you can hear it snapping and then falling to the ground and breaking. For those that don't know what a widowmaker is, it's a big branch that is able to kill you, that just breaks up top and falls, and loggers used to call them widowmakers, still do. It's one of the many dangers in the forest. Honestly, one of my big concerns coming out here is landslides. I'm up here in the North Cascades where it's the American Alps, and it's just constantly sliding down, eroding. And we're actually in the location of one of the biggest landslides in American history at Oso. I actually have to drive by it every time I come out to the North Cascades. It's a grim reminder. So as you notice here, the Bigfoot tree is in a campground. It's probably about 10 feet or so off the road. And so it's not too remote. It is 100% on public land. And anyone can access it at any time, given if the road is open. So you can't really see the branch at the base of the tree here. It's up there about 100 feet or so. See, this is kind of a well-worn path right now. It's been a popular spot for people. So there's the branch. See how it has all those little nubbies in there? Just creates what's equivalent to a soundboard, where you pull it and it'll just start to play all these different songs. I wonder if some of these bigger grooves here are what produces the really intense growling and roaring sounds that have been reported here. As you'll soon discover, it has intermediate tapping and growling and moaning and roaring. So when you're here and really lost in the story, you think it's something that you're able to communicate with. And you're able to justify its lack of response on one thing or another. or justify its response with one thing or another. When the wind's really blowing, you can actually start seeing some of the dirt here move. It just starts to vibrate so hard and shake the root system.